Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and this is part 2 to the unboxing that I started yesterday. Now, or we could just call it 6 knives that I'm going to do a first impressions on. So we have the CJRB Mini MAILEAH, or the small MAILEAH. This is a really small knife designed by Swags, but now we have the more MAILEAH, which, man, I like it. I like it quite a bit. The detent is so good. The thumb studs are very easy to deploy. They're placed in such a great spot. And then the front flippers also equally as good. This is a very, very easy front flipping knife. The slow roll is even satisfying. I always say that a good slow roll is going to be just a half a circle. It's going to be really easy. You're not going to have to go around anything. It's just going to be just natural. And that's the way this is. Now, they don't bring the jimping all the way up to the top or anything like that. And yeah, I don't quite like that. But because the detent and the front flipper is nice and large, gives you a great place to put your thumb, and the way it's shaped, it's extremely easy. I can't emphasize that enough. It's very easy. Even to do all the other little tricks, it's just super easy. Now, the blade steel's ARRPM 9. We have a beautiful sheep's foot blade. I love this blade shape. This is a very useful blade shape. Now, the handle. Holding it like this, not great. It almost feels like you're holding on to a small pistol, if that makes sense. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about. You don't even have to put your hands around to really understand what that feels like. However, even though I'm way far away from the edge and I feel like I'm almost falling off the back side of it, I have this spot right there. And in that grip, this is very comfortable. It works out really good. I can feel how deep this is and how dramatic of an angle that is, but it works good. I mean, I could totally, use this for quite some time without being fatigued or anything like that. Great access to the lock bar, stupid smooth on the drop. It even has a cool sound. The reverse flick's very easy. Deep carry clip with flat screws that is reversible. I'm guessing they have multiple colors. I'm not positive, but I like this gold and black look. It looks really good. Let's get to the next one. Now, the next one is a Sheepdog, but this one's special. This one's a little special now. So it is 154 cm blade steel, and it has frag pattern micarta, but it also has the deployment hole and a flipper tab combo, and the flipper tab is removable. So you have the option here. You can have the flipping and reverse flicking action all in one, which is really good. The detent is well tuned for all the deployments. It works great. With this ergos, it's just like the original one. Now, before I take that off and show you, that is the XL next to the regular one. This is the large. Look at how big this XL is. It's massive. And then here is a mini. Just so you can see the 3 different sizes. Dramatic difference. Or if you guys were watching my video yesterday, you guys might have seen my new 10V version. Love this one a lot. Now, this one is super easy to take off the flipper tab. You just have a T6, go right in that hole right there while it's deployed. This is a knife buddy, by the way. And then it pops right off. And then you have the screw. So you have a little flipper tab and the screw. That simple. So Now you have just a reverse flicking one. If this flipper tab is not your style and it kind of pushes you back, this makes it to where now you can take advantage of that front choil area. But I'm not sure how I feel about this micarta. I think it's good quality. You can see the fibers really good. I've only experienced a couple knives with frag micarta, but I think it might take away from the quality of the micarta, in my opinion, a little bit. Because, you know, this is just a personal preference. I like to be able to see the fibers and, you know, really see the quality of the micarta. And I think the frag might detract from that just a little bit. But, you know, regardless, it's good quality. But I think this is a great idea, making a flipper tab removable, not, you know, whole deployment sheepdog. Great quality clip, inset with flat screws, and it works really good. In the hand, it's super comfortable. These are just, man, these are really good knives. Next, we have the Sanrenmu Land 910. Now, a lot of people would say this is a Sebenza clone. I wouldn't say that. I know it's inspired by the Sebenza for sure, and it's definitely, you know, they definitely stole the design, but this is not a Sebenza. You know, Sebenza doesn't make a liner lock, first of all, but they definitely took a lot of features, like the blue thumb stud, you know, the blue standoff back here, the shape, just, you know, the overall shape, and, you know, just all the designs or not designs, all the features, the small features that make the Sebenza, but it's, you know, nothing like the Sebenza. This is riding on bearings. It is very smooth. They make many different options of this. They even make an M390 titanium frame lock version, and I think it's a great knife. It's a great knife. This thing works so good. I used to have one, and it was a fantastic tool. You know, the Sebenza's shape and design is a very useful design, and that's the beauty of it. And same thing with this. Now, this doesn't have the nice deep hollow grind or anything like that. It does have 12C27 steel. I love that steel. Really good steel. It's very similar to 14C28M. But yeah, fantastic knife. Great access to the lock bar. Super smooth. Good quality. And they're like 30 bucks. Really cheap. But man, there's so many different options. Just a fantastic knife. Next is the QSB Osprey. Now, I've never tried this one. Ooh, this one's got some weight to it. She's got some weight. 14C28M blade steel. We have a deep carry wire clip that is reversible. That's cool. And it kind of has like an antiqued look to it with this copper. Beautiful milling. It is nice and deep. Ooh, good flipping action. Great detent. This is very smooth. Not like fall shut smooth, but frictionless smooth. Yeah, good action. Like I said, very, very smooth. Almost a straight back blade. Nice satin finish, but almost a straight back. Not quite, because you see how it has a little bit of drop from here to the tip. It slowly slants, but it is very similar to a straight back. Straight back blades are designed for tough use, farming, things like that. Basically a construction knife or a hard-working knife. It was supposed to be able to bring the spine strength out to the tip, so you could reliably use the tip in a hard use manner. You know, unlike the drop point, which tip was slightly more fragile. Yeah, it does depend on the geometry and a lot of things, of course. But the straight back was designed around, you know, a little bit harder use compared to the drop point. Good access to the lock bar. I do have a hint of stick, but it went away. Very cool. Let's check out this bead. What's this bead? Looking at it, I thought it was an eagle mouth, an eagle head, like this was the tip of the beak. But it's actually an eagle with its wings wrapped around the lanyard. Doesn't it look like an eagle mouth or like a vulture head swallowing the lanyard? Anyways, let's get to the next one. Next one is the Spyderco Domin. I love these. These are such good knives. Titanium frame lock, CTS XHP steel. I love CTS XHP steel. CTS XHP steel is very similar to basically like a stainless D2. That's a good way to put it. But because of, you know, its makeup, it's just a fantastic steel. It holds an incredible edge. It takes an incredible edge. I love CTS XHP, especially Spyderco CTS XHP. They do an amazing job with it. I'm not sure like if they just got their heat treat protocol down or what, but I've had a lot of their CTS XHP, and it's some of my favorite steel from Spyderco. I love it. I really do. It's just amazing steel. These are really comfortable knives. The blade shape, you know, Spyderco's blade shape, just such a good blade shape. You can do utility and fine detailing work, plus, you know, really bear down on it. Offers kind of the best in both worlds. Now, this, you know, can have a fragile tip, just this type of blade shape, period, especially with the geometry they give you, but you know, if you're not really being hard on your tip, but you're using your tip, then this is a fantastic blade shape. We have a half and half choil, which lets you get really close to that blade. Good access to the lock bar. And you can see how big the steel lock bar insert is. Nice big steel lock bar insert. Nice big hardware. These are on bearings. Detent is tuned really good for flipping and reverse flicking action. I'm not a big fan of this type of fake carbon fiber. It's like a peel ply or something. I don't know. I know it's unique, and it is unique to this knife, you know, having this reflection and everything. I'm just not a big fan of it, but I guess it's cool on this knife. I just wouldn't want to see it on anything else. Next, last but not least, we have the Milwaukee Buttonlock utility blade. Now, this is very similar to like the Buttonlock Elementum, where you have to push the button. Works great though. And then over here we have spare blades. And then the blade acts as a rope cutter, string cutter, strap cutter, belt cutter, whatever you want to call it on this side. You better hope you got your blade nice, or you've replaced your blade often if you ever need to use that. Very cool though. I mean, it is, man, very comfortable back here using this choil area. Very nice in the hand. Everybody on a job site should have one of these or something similar. You know, anybody who works construction, works on a job site, it is mandatory that you have a utility blade, and that's separate from your pocket knife. You know, it's kind of like hammers, right? You have a mallet, and then you have your framing hammer. You know, they're both hammers, but different jobs. So same thing with like a utility blade in your pocket knife. You should definitely have both on any job site. But there you guys go. Todd, thank you again, man. I appreciate all the support, and thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Peace.